Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where last episode we were fighting this land air mech and we did a lot of damage to it, but then these guys landed right on top of us. Now, do they have spawn protection? The answer is no, they do not, and this huster has basically no rear armor. Okay, good to know. So our Apollo can make its way into cover over here, which we'll happily do. And taking a look here, 83.5% hit odds on this huster over here. That's pretty good. We're going to take that, and we're going to see what we get out of this attack. This thing has very light armor, so we may actually just straight up kill it here.
Roger that.
Structural exposure, left leg destroyed, right torso destroyed, knockdown. I like it. So that's a lot of damage right there. Beautiful. No problem whatsoever there. Next question. What do they do next? Well, they have a phase 15 mover, which is going to be this shiv. So we'll see where that ends up going. It has 12 evasive right now. Okay, so it just immediately eliminates the leg on our stinger. That's unfortunate. Luckily, that's not our stinger.
Commander.
So if we end up losing that stinger, it's not the end of the world. We've got a harasser over here doing absolutely nothing. And next up is going to be this Vespa. So obviously this shiv, that was its only shot of that missile weapon, I'm pretty sure. This Vespa is going to move now. It's got an energy weapon and 2 missile weapons. If it doesn't go for this stinger, it's dumb. Yeah, it's going for the stinger. Obviously. So that's a torso destruction. This stinger is pretty dead, but we don't care about the stinger. The stinger is pretty irrelevant to us. At this point, we've got our locust. Who do we want to go for here? We've got a 76% hit rate on this shiv. Alternatively, we could send our locust out over this way and go after the wasp. I think that's a bad idea. I think we're going to position here with the locust. Not a lot of evasive, but we can position here. We can go for the huster. We can go for the shiv. They're both at 71.3%. I think we probably... Medium laser is not going to kill the shiv. Guaranteed. It's probably not going to kill the huster either. I think we're going to fire on the shiv for now, because that's the harder one to hit overall. Okay, so it panicked. Sure. That's absolutely fine. And now we're going to send our tarantula off over this direction. We're interested in continuing to attack the shiv here, I think. So let's get the shiv shot down now that we've weakened its rear arc. Actually, we didn't hit its rear arc at all. We hit its turret and its side.
Confirmed.
Let's get the shiv weakened. Its structure is exposed now. And we've got an allied turn here. So, what do we got? What are we going to do, allies? You can do it. The J. Edgar is moving down into cover and firing on the land air mech. It does miss, so it doesn't get anything done there. That is unfortunate. We've done a lot of damage to these guys thus far, but of course, they are by no means going to be easy to eliminate from here. So we have a minimum distance here that we can travel due to our momentum. And I think that means that we're going to head around over this way for the moment.
On my way.
And the scimitar, I really do want to continue to fire on this shiv. Yeah, it's within the AC5 minimum range, but there we go. It's out of here.
Tango down.
Phenomenal. So next up, we've got our other helicopter out over here, the Vespa. That's got 7 evasive. The land air mech is moving up and probably going to fire on that stinger. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Engine destruction there. That's expected. It dropped mines over here, too. That's very rude of it. But it also didn't move all that far. We'll have to see if that's actually something useful there. We might be able to do something with that. So obviously losing this mech is irrelevant to us. That's not our mech. But this is a very rude lance. No doubt about it. So who's phase 7? Okay, they're firing Infernos at our Apollo. That's reasonably fine. T-Bone did take an injury there, though. Okay.
It's on now.
Round 15. So our Locust is going to move now. Hit odds on this Wasp are not amazing. I want to position us about here. And I think firing on the Scorpion makes the most sense right now. So we'll work on softening up the Scorpion. What are those side armors? Okay, noted.
Confirmed.
Fantastic. We know that the Huster is not going to be a very large threat because we've already done an extreme amount of damage to it, right? We've already taken out this entire side of it.
Order.
But I do want the Scimitar to make its way around here and finish it off. Just checking odds here. Actually, odds are higher on the Scorpion. And the Scorpion is a higher threat. We have a pretty good chance here since this is front arc.
Target is for an out.
Okay, so its armor absorbs all of that, but its armor is getting very low. No doubt about that. Our autocannon carrier is finally moving up a bit
I'm
here.
receiving you.
And the Tarantula, at this point, I'm going to move back over around here.
Roger that.
We'll skitter on back. And I would like to fire on someone here. Where did we hit that Scorpion? Side arc? Okay, that makes sense. Let's continue to chip away at the Scorpion.
All weapons are go.
I want that MRM-20 out of here, if at all possible. So we'll fire on the Scorpion here. We did get 30 damage on it anyway. So the Hussar isn't moving until phase 1. Now, next phase we're going to get to move our Apollo, and I do expect that to be a kill on the Scorpion. We should move out of this fire, though. Okay, they're continuing to attack the Apollo with the Scorpion. Building up its heat level, that's to be expected. No shockers there.
I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm going to move us back slightly here, just for range purposes.
Got it, Commander.
There we go. And now we're going to fire on this Scorpion, and I do expect this to kill it. Phenomenal. So the Scorpion is out of here. Next up is going to be the Hussar, and it's very close to dead, but that's not going to be a thing until it gets up. So it's going to be getting up this round. Well, not this phase, but it's going to get up this round. We don't have any other movers, and this Vespa is going to be moving shortly. All it's got left is its energy weapon. It's a large laser. Okay, noted. I want to check its evasion, but we'll have to wait until this harasser is done. Cool. So checking its evasion 4. This Vespa's quite vulnerable. Noted. So that and the Hussar are both very vulnerable at this moment. The Wasp Landerbeck moves on over, and it's putting more mines by the Apollo.
Lots of armor.
That's very rude. The Hussar gets up, and what does it do? Fires at the Apollo and misses. Okay, sounds good. So, does the Apollo have jump jets? I don't know if it does. If it does, that would be convenient here. The pilot of the Hussar actually panicked and ejected. So that's phenomenal.
Ready for orders.
As far as our Tarantula here goes, 22.8% versus 28.1%. These hit odds are still on the low side, for sure. We could position it here.
On my way.
Exactly even. Okay. I'd like to hit the rear arc of this land air mech. Odds are not great here. But let's see what we get.
Confirmed.
We actually did manage to get a hit in there and took out its left leg.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
That's great. And the land air mech now has fallen out of the sky. And dies. Beautiful. So we shot down the land air mech there. That is amazing. Now, of course, we need to take on this Vespa, the only remaining enemy at this time. And the question is, where's it going to go right now? Because it's going to move at this exact moment. What do you got? Okay, it shoots at the Apollo. The Apollo is fine for now. So I do wonder if the Apollo has jump jets. That's definitely a question at this moment. The Scimitar can get in behind the Vespa. I'm checking armor levels. Yeah, rear arc is ideal. And decent hit odds
Moving
here.
to position.
Do it. Give it a go. What do we got?
Locking in all weapon systems.
We hit something, but I'm not sure what. Okay, that's fine. I think we ended up... Well, I know what we hit. We didn't hit the SRM2s because those are streaks. We hit the AC5. Ultimately, that's what really matters here. So we've got our locust here. We know that this is the left side that is weakened. So we want to come in and hit it in this flank then. So we're going to move the locust over here, and we're going to attack the Vespa. What do we got?
Affirmative.
Another hit there, but we did not get through the armor. Sad, but not the end of the world.
Standing by.
Do we have jump jets on Apollo? No. Our Apollo does not have jump jets. So getting out of this minefield is going to be interesting. That would be 40 mines. This would be 30 mines. There's a lot of mines,
Position
but we got to
confirmed.
go. That wasn't too bad. And now we're going to drop some LRMs on this Vespa. We need to eliminate it, but it's probably not going to die from this. Odds are not great. Yeah, we just take a little armor off of it. That's fine. It's got very little armor remaining. We will have it down very soon.
It's go time.
Okay, next
Yes,
up.
Commander.
Our Tarantula is going to move into... We still want to be over on this flank.
Rolling.
So we're going to position over here and fire our ER mediums and our streak. If we can get it in here, it's just dead. If we hit that with... Not with one streak, but if we hit it with our lasers or with 2 streaks, it's gone.
Firing all weapons.
Or we could do neither. That works too. Hang on. No, that was not a pulse laser. Never mind. I was like, should we not have gotten multiple
ready.
rolls? But no, that's not a pulse laser. That's not how these work. So we're going to head on over this way.
Primitive.
35.7% on the Vespa now.
Target acquired.
More armor removed from the top of it and a structural exposure, but we didn't actually get any internal damage in there. That is sad.
I'm here.
So our Locust at this point can attack from any side we want, to be honest. I'm going to, for purposes of evasion, move it around over here. And we're going to fire our medium lasers into the Vespa.
Acknowledged.
Both of them miss. That's sad. But it's not the end of the world. That is not the end of the world at all. So at this point, our scimitar pretty much needs to move over this side. 16.9. We want to be... Well, we don't actually have to go on that side. We want to be within the minimum range of the AC5, so we'll position here. There we go. And let's take out this Vespa. Odds are good. There we go. Dropship inbound for landing. So that, of course, means that that's all of the enemies taken care of, and all we have to do is actually scout the base. That's great. So, I mean, we did end up losing a mech, but honestly, it's not our fault. And it's also not our mech, so it doesn't matter. Beautiful. We probably lose a bonus because we did lose an allied mech there, but that's absolutely great. So we've exited combat here. We don't quite get the Tarantula up over here, but we can get in there with the Locust,
Acknowledged.
and that'll be fine. So that'll be capturing the base with
New
friendly
order
mechs,
received.
and then we'll need to get up over here. Yeah, we'll just have to wait for this round to end. There we go. And we're out of here.
Successful.
Phenomenal. So that went reasonably well. Of course, loading in the loading screen is a thing in this game. But it shouldn't be too bad, if I recall correctly, for the actual salvage. It's the initial load, but we'll see. The salvage could be a little bit, and I'll be right back when it's done. Okay, as I thought, that wasn't really too bad. It took it maybe 15 seconds to load, so not bad at all there. We got 303,000 C-bills from that. The Stinger was lost, and Guano was killed in action. Guano wasn't one of ours. T-Bone was injured, which is sad. 20-day injury there. And we took some armor damage there. As far as our Scimitar goes, our Scimitar didn't take any damage, so that's absolutely fine. We'll head on back, and that's all great. What do we want to get from salvage here? Need slots 1 plus 9. I don't know what it means by that. After choosing priority items, you'll receive up to 10 pieces of additional salvage. Yeah, we get 313. So that's fine. There are buttons now here to show us our storage and our existing components. Okay, that's convenient. I like that. What else? What did we see that we were interested in potentially taking? I mean, an ER large laser is pretty good. We could definitely take that. An MRM-20 is actually quite good. And then we might want to take some ammo for that if there is. Ferrofibrous armor is great. Improved MRM ammo? We'll do this for now. Large laser, MRM-20, improved MRM ammo. I love it. So we get a couple of huster parts. We get a shiv VTOL part. We get a wasp land air mech part. We did end up getting an internal combustion engine, which that we're going to just straight up sell. We don't want to keep that around. Some generic heat sinks, which we will keep around. We're probably going to need them, but maybe not 15 of them necessarily right now. We're probably going to need those, though. We'll keep a light engine around. A land air mech turbine. Do we want to keep that? Are we planning on using a land air mech turbine? Or just a land air mech in general? I'm going to sell the land air mech turbine. And as far as these parts go, honestly, I don't like husters. So we can't actually sell these parts. We would have to scrap the parts, if I recall correctly. I wish we could sell these, but sadly we cannot. So that's not bad as far as the salvage goes, all things considered. I think that's a very, very solid first mission. Honestly, I think that's quite good. Now, there's another loading screen here because this is RogueTech, or loading screen tech, I should say. But this is, again, not really a long one, and it shouldn't be a big deal. We're going to have to do a little bit of repair, and we do have a couple of mech warriors that might be able to get training. Emphasis on might. Probably not, but maybe. But that was definitely indicative of what will happen to our 20-ton mechs if given half the chance. RogueTech will be delighted to just blow up our 20-tonners. And we kind of want to get rid of them and upgrade them to at least some sort of tough medium mech. Something like a hunchback or something. That would be absolutely ideal. But that's a ways away, to be honest. So it does look like this loading screen is a bit on the long side. I'll probably cut it out in the future. But for now, that's fine. 21K and 15 days for the repairs. Go ahead and do that. T-Bone will be injured for 20 days. We're probably going to be interested in deploying before then, though. We do have a decent amount of mech warriors and mechs that we can work with right off the bat. So that's great.
Commander?
We can't train this guy while he's out. He's only going to be out for 2 days? I thought it said 20 days. Oh, no, he's resting. Right, it's T-Bone who's going to be out for 20 days. I'm dumb. So we don't want to train these while these are resting unless they have fixed the bug. General best practice, last I knew, was don't train these guys until they're back. So that's going to be exactly what we're going to do. We're not going to train them until they're back because last I knew, that could break things. So for the time being, we should tick forward maybe a little bit, or... yeah, I think we'll tick forward until Big Sly is back. There we go. And then we can think about getting ourselves another mission here. So what do we have available?
Take off your shoes.
If I save the game and restart it, do these regenerate? They might. Because I'm not planning on actually starting this episode. Maybe we should just look at this next episode, to be honest. A little bit on the shorter side, but that's honestly the way that RogueTech is going to go. We're going to be breaking these up into 25-minute and probably shorter episodes because we can't save in between, like, while we're on mission. We cannot save in RogueTech. So, in between episodes, if we're on mission, I have to keep doing it all in one recording session. So what that ends up meaning is that we're probably going to have some slightly shorter episodes and some standard length episodes, and that's going to be about how this is going to go. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and next episode, we're going to get our second mission underway. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.